Well, Peru is going through a very good economic situation. In the last few years, the country has had one of the highest growth rates in the region. The country is resisting the economic crisis in a very good way, and we expect that in the next several years we will have we will keep the impulse that we had making the economy grow at such a big rates. So basically, I think that this is a good opportunity for the country to grow, to change the structures and change the way that the wealth is being distributed among the population. So I think that that is one of the big opportunities. Of course, as any opportunity, it brings out also some challenges, and the country has to do that to face them in a good way. Primarily, I think that one of the biggest challenges is the structure. The country has not been very active in promoting having a structure to sustain this kind of growth. Second point is even though the Peruvian population is very concerned about the education and how to get prepared for the future, it has not been made in a structured way. So in the last 15 or 20 years, the government has not been especially active in promoting this kind of programs to have the right people and to get the people prepared to face the challenges of the future. So that was something that the new governments and the business community in general will have to take care about. I think that the basic or the most important contribution is in identifying what are the strengths of the people. Obviously, in order to be successful in any position, in any job, you need knowledge, you need experience, but also you need personal traits, personal characteristics that help you to face the challenges or the objectives that you want to accomplish in your work job. So basically, I think that that is something that is not very well developed, because most of the companies, I mean, the medium-sized companies, they don't have access to advanced management tools in order to assess the strengths of the people. So basically, it has been made through trial and error. But now, thanks to the new technologies and the possibilities of using these kind of tools, I think that the slowly but steadily the Peruvian executives are being able to take advantage of these new technologies and these new tools. So I think that that is something that they will be able to take advantage of. Traditionally, we always think about charisma in relation to the political people. But in the last few years, I think that that has been changing in our country, and there are a couple of icons that stand out over most of the people. One is Gaston Acurio. He is a cook. This guy has a very interesting story. He is the son of a prominent politician that sent him to study law in Spain. Soon after he arrived to Spain, he began to cook. And she left the university and started to cook. But whenever he came back to Lima, he had to find out ways to explain to his father that he was doing very well in the law school while he was actually cooking. So after he returned to Peru, he set up a very elegant restaurant after getting in good terms with his father, that was very angry because he was not a lawyer as he was expecting. And he put a big restaurant, a very, very elegant restaurant. But then he discovered that the Peruvian cooking was much more interesting than what he had learned in Europe. And he set for himself the goal of promoting the usage and the Peruvian gastronomy. And most of the important cooks in Peru were low-level and small-sized business, and he promoted all these kind of small restaurants, and he took advantage of his prominence in order to make them known to the world. At this time, he has different types of restaurants. He joined forces with some local investors, and now he has restaurants all over the world. Well, not all over the world, but in the most important capitals in South America, in the United States, and now he is opening a very big restaurant in Madrid as well. So I think that, but the most important thing about him is not what he is doing by himself, but also promoting and making the people in Peru to believe that they could accomplish big goals as well. So that is one of the icons and one of the most important charismatic leaders that comes from the business sector. He has been offered many times to enter into the political fray, but he is reluctant to do that. He says that he has a role of promoting the growth of the country and making people to take advantage of the strength that the Peruvians have in general, and that is something that is very important. Another person that is also a very charismatic leader and has a very strong influence is Carlos Rodriguez Pastor, who is the CEO of one of the most important conglomerates right now in Peru, in banking, financing, hotels, retail, and he is the guy that matches very well with the characteristics they describe it in the most important leaders. He is a very low profile, but on the other hand, he is very focused in what he wants accomplished and to carry out his vision. So that is something that is very well recognized in the country. Basically, I think in two directions. First of all, by taking the required steps to improve or to increase their effectiveness, not only by overcoming their weaknesses, but mostly by taking advantage of their strengths. And the same happens in conforming groups or teams and promoting the creation of people that will be taking the positions that are required in the future in the company. The country is growing not only in terms of the size of the economy, but also in terms of bringing wealth to the rest of the country. Peru used to be a very centralized country. 70% of all the economic activity was focused or concentrated in Lima. Now it is being changed. It's going outside the capital, and in that case, it is required a lot of people that will be taking over the responsibilities of taking this growth to the rest of the country. And because of that, the Peruvian executives are beginning to understand that their most important task is not operating organizations, but developing people.